New at 11 tonight, the backyard of your home is your property, right? Well, that may be true, but the use of drones raises the question, does that include the air, too? Well, tonight, Brandon Lewis takes a look at who owns the sky and reports that there's some pending legislation to rein in potential sky spying.
Drones are still just a blip in the sky, mostly used by hobbyists to take aerial video like this one over Buffalo during last year's massive snowstorm. But consider, the drone is flying over your backyard, taking pictures of you.
The issue, though, is with drones, absent something that egregious, it might not be illegal. In fact, I would argue that it's not right now. I mean, criminality, you're supposed to be put on sufficient notice as to whether something that you do is a criminal act. And right now, there's no specific law in the books that says you can't do that.
No one complained about the Buffalo video, but what happens if it's over your family barbecue? Drone use is pretty much unregulated. There's a fight at the federal level over control, a decision last year by the National Traffic Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration declared once drones leave the ground, they enter national airspace. But the question is, do you control the airspace of your own yard? While the FAA determines how to control national airspace for legitimate business owners like Townsend, Congress is working on trying to determine exactly where the legal boundaries will be. Until then, just as I can legally throw this baseball up in the air into national airspace, someone can come by flying their drone, fly it legally over my head on my property without an issue. That uncertainty keeps aerial photographer Mike Townsend using this Cessna airplane to take his pictures.
That's where the question is where the FAA actually takes over. You know, again, that the use of the word drone is a bit overwhelming for what they're trying to figure out.
Eventually, he says a switch to drones for his business is inevitable, but not until the regulation is clear.
I mean, the use of drones at that point is almost endless, in which case, again, I'm sure a concern of the FAA as far as this, the saturation in the skies.
The FAA was expected to release its review of drone use later this year, but it will likely be delayed. Meanwhile, lawmakers at both a state and federal level continue to ponder the legal limits of drones.
The problem with Congress is they're always behind the ball when it comes to catching up with technology, and so we don't know the full realm of possibilities of uses, applications of these drones.
Brandon Lewis, CBS 6 News, Colony.